All right. Hello, all you beautiful, wonderful, amazing tea people. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube is live right now with a dive into my sordid past of Puer. And I don't know how many teas. You can see I've got the stack of Puer right here. I don't know how much of this I'm going to go in. I got some show. I got some Shen. And I've got also, actually a pretty amazing person sent me a box of the Haicha from a long time ago. Um, and Lucas, if you want to jump in, you can jump in. I don't know if you did that on purpose or not, but if you want to jump in, my friend, jump in. It's been a while. Um, and there's a request. And if you would like to, you can jump in. And that goes for anybody on the Instagram. If anybody wants to jump in and ask a question or two, jump in and please do it. Now, what I have in front of me, I'm going through a lot right now in the sense of, in a positive way, not a negative way. I'm moving. And so this whole warehouse area that I'm in right now, I am moving. And this is really interesting because it's where I started, and it's filled with memories, and it's so inefficient. This warehouse where I am is just crazily inefficient. It's just inefficient. And I'm going to move to a different place where everything is going to be, I'm just going to design it. It's going to be perfect. And as I'm going through, I found a couple boxes, and I found a couple boxes of stuff like this. Now, this is from back in the day. I don't even know if anybody even remembers how long ago, how long back in the day when I first started out, I said, I'm going to do all tea. I'm going to just do all tea, which is stupid and idiotic for somebody who's just starting out. What I did was I should have said, I'm going to do high mountain oolong, or what I decided to do is I did Taiwanese tea. So I'm now officially 100% an expert on Taiwanese tea. I could go toe to toe with anybody in the world for Taiwanese tea 100%. I would happily do it. With Puer, I am a babe in the woods. I am an ignoramus. I am somebody who can definitely tell taste points. I can tell processing style. Well, not Puer processing styles, but in general, the care taken in creating the teas. I can give you tasting notes, but I cannot give you too many details about Chinese teas. And so what I've decided, I'm going to start learning. And I'm going to start learning. And I'm going to start learning with the crappy teas that I have around me. And then I'm going to go, and I've made some friends who really, 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 really know tea, who know the Chinese teas. And I've made some of these friends. So I'm going to go to them and I'm going to say, teach me. Please, teach me. And I will pay tuition, and I will share that with people. I'll have what did I title this one on Facebook? Should I do a slight pivot to Puer? I will never stop selling the really high quality Taiwanese teas. That will never happen. I will never stop selling those. But in my heart of hearts, I know that I should go and I should try and become even more of a tea expert. Even more. Wow. It's like 2 days of not shaving and it already looks like this. Anyways, what I have in front of me is not this one. This one is a crappy tea that I bought from a restaurant 5 years ago, give or take. And it was a crappy tea. It comes in a box like this, you can see. And it opens up. It is a Shen Puer, or certainly tastes like it. And it opens up in the box, and you can see what it looks like this. And I've had a little bit of it, but basically it's been sitting on a shelf in my warehouse for 5 years. Now it says here that it is a 2000 springtime, March 18th, 2006. So this bad boy is like 15 years now, right? What's that, 15 years? Well, 4, 10, so like, well, 17, 18 years. And here we go. First time I've tried it in 5 years. Let's see how it goes. How's it going? Wow. It is nothing. It's got no flavors. It is so mediocre. just because just because something comes in a box with gold lettering. I mean, there's no aftertaste to speak of. There's no positive taste to speak of. There's no particular negative taste to speak of. It's just like, it's just basically nothing, right? It's just basically nothing. Now, um, I bought that tea because I was like, oh, look, it's in a restaurant. And I just bought it. And this was around the time. Should we get into the story? Is it from China? Yes. Yes, Kevin, it is from China. And I wish I could tell you more about it. I don't actually know the Chinese names for places yet. I got to learn all that stuff. But it is absolutely 100% mediocre to the point of it just being like, what's the point? Like, what's the point? So this will go back on the shelf. Maybe I'll sell it again in 50 years and it'll be worth it. But I highly doubt it because it's a mediocre tea. Now let's get into this. Now you can see, I've got all of these teas and all of these boxes, and I've got this. This is show pucks. This is what I'm going to do next. That tea, I haven't tried it for 5 years, and I can wait another 25 years before I try it again. Not that it's bad. It's just so mediocre. It's like, I've had good Puer. I've had good teas, but that is absolutely. Now let's get into my sordid past. My sordid past of lies and manipulations. So, when I first started out, I decided I was going to do all the different types of teas. And I met a very nice man, and still to this day, I think he is a nice man. I don't feel actually like any of this, like the story that I'm going to tell, my fault, not their fault, right? My fault, not their fault. By no means am I saying anything bad about this company. The Shanghai Zimen, like Shanmei Zimen. Anyways, I forget the name of it. I'll show it up to the camera later if you guys are interested. I say nothing bad about that company. I say nothing bad about those people. It was totally fine. I still have. Oh, hey Scott, how's it going? I hope you're doing absolutely wonderfully well. And I hope your family's doing absolutely wonderfully well as well. I have one of those show many times. Well, there you go, Scott. If there was anybody out there who would ever watch one of these live streams and would actually know about this, it would be this man right here, Mr. Scott here, who would actually know. Because when I first started out, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to buy these things and do it. And I bought these. They were just cheap. And I'm like, I don't know. I bought some of these from this fellow. And I remember the last time I had these was about 5 years ago when I first started out, right? This is like right at the very, very start. And I'm only going to do half of this. And these things literally tasted like fish. And it smells great. Well, that's awesome. Scott, have you had it since? Like, have you had this? Have you had this since in the last 5 years? Scott, I think it's quite funny that you, out of all the, I haven't seen you in a live stream for a while. I've never opened it yet. There we go. Here we go. Well, there we go, Scott. I will do it for you. Now, I remember trying these out the first time, and they smelled like fish, and they tasted like fish, and it was quite unpleasant, I guess you could say. Like that. Now, Shopu, like this is the Shopu. Shopu does kind of taste like fish, right? It's heavily. There's lots of people that talk about how it's made. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to go there. But I was told, leave it for 5 years, leave it for a couple of years, and it won't smell like that, and it'll taste great. And I have not had it since. Actually, the tong sits in a tin, and every time I open it, the smell is pleasant. Well, here we go, Scott. We're going to know. We're going to know right now whether it actually worked out. Now, up here, this is the same stuff. I've got some of it right here. And, I haven't even gotten into the sordid tale of where all these teas came from. Ooh, look at that. Wow. So when you're getting sort of colors like this, you can see this beautiful color. Not too many Taiwanese teas have this color. And you know what? I think it worked. Wow. I think, you know what, Scott? It might be worth the crack open. This is warm, earthy. There's not the sort of the petrichor smell to it. It's much more of a warm, earthy smell. Hey, you know what? Hey, maybe I knew what I was doing all those many years ago. I still haven't told the story. Anyways, let's tell the story as I get into this tea. Let me just try it first. Wow. That's really pleasant. Warmth, no bitterness and astringency. I say that every time. But with Chinese teas, there is warm leather, warm earth, not wormy earth, but like loamy earth. I'm going to have to start getting my thesaurus out and learning all the ways to do the Chinese taste tests. Tea show teas. No, this is a slight pivot that I'm going to be taking. Wow. It's hard for me to. I gotta get out my thesaurus and I gotta start going through these tasting notes. But let me see if I can do it. It's warm. There is sort of a leatherness to it, like a leather sofa, leathery seat type of stuff going on. Again, just warm all the way through. It's making my body feel warm, smooth, almost a sort of a creamy earthiness going on, and overall. Wow. Oh, wow. Like, I'm not an expert on Puer by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd sell this and it'd be like, this is good. You can buy this and drink it. It's probably good. Wow. I'm thoroughly impressed by that. We'll see what it does to my body. We'll see sort of the chachi and things like that, but it's clean and it's, wow. Okay, anyways, let's go back to the story. Way back in the day, so many years ago, when I first started out, I met this guy at the tea show. I went to go see his shop, and I bought some of his teas. And basically what I did was his tea cakes were decent. And they were decently priced, and there was nothing particularly wrong with them, right? They were like all of these tea cakes. There's nothing particularly wrong with them. They're just sort of nice tea cakes. And I started selling them. And one of the tea cakes, he said, came from 500-year-old tea trees. Now, if anybody has been around the tea space for more than 5 minutes and done a touch of research, you will know right away that's probably a lie. Now, with this guy, he had pictures of those tea trees. This was in the Nanshan. The first show cake I ever had was very fishy, but after a year it became great. After 5 years, this has become amazing. And I've got 2 baskets of it left. Wow. Wow. I'm not an expert, but this tastes like really high quality. This tastes like really high quality. Anyway, Scott, if you do get it and you try it, you crack it open and try it out, please let me know how it goes, because I trust your opinion more than I trust my own. Anyways, back to my embarrassing story. So I bought a bunch of these teas and I started selling them. And I said 500-year-old tea trees and na. And then because I was first starting out, there's a bunch of really mean tea people. And I don't know if you've met the mean tea people. They've left me alone for the past 3 or 4 years. But there are some really mean tea people. Like, they are really mean, and justifiably so, right? There's lots of people who go out there and lie. There's lots of people who sell, like, I know for a fact, there's a lot of the teas that I sell that I sell for, like, you know, my price point. I don't go over. Okay, let's say I sell a tea for $30 for 100 grams. They're selling it for $70 or $80 for 100 grams, and saying it's, you know, got fairy dust and all that. It's the exact same tea, exact same tea producer. But I'll never go and, you know, out them or whatever else. Blah blah blah. Not my business. I try and stay away from it. But there's a lot of people who will sample all the different places' teas, and then they will attack the people who lie. And I don't actually have a problem with that. I don't actually have a problem with that. And you guys have probably heard of these people or seen them around, or, you know, they're around. They're around. And I went through, there was one person in particular that attacked me so hard, it was awful. At the same time, I was like, whatever, you're obviously not quite mentally there. She proceeded to then disappear from the tea scene on Instagram after she attacked me and failed. I didn't even really take it personally. She was obviously quite stressed out and a happy person. But my first taste of that, right, that was before all of that, was selling these teas right here. And I think I got through it okay. I didn't really get destroyed by the people doing it, was because I was so new and so excited about it. And I said, I think it is. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. You guys want to try the tea? Blah, 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 blah. And then when people got back to me, they said, this is not it, dude. This is not it. I was like, whoa, back up. And I took it off the website. And if anybody wanted a refund, I just gave them a refund. Now, the thing was, I was selling these teas for exactly the right price. And I think that's why I didn't get a really heavy pushback, because I was selling these teas for literally the exact right price. Because all of the teas, like I remember what happened was, I was attacked. They said, this is not 500-year-old tea trees. And I was like, oh crap, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And then I got a tea cake sent in from another Western seller that was sort of from the same area, just so I could test and see. And I put them side by side, and my price and their price were exactly the same. And it was the exact same quality cake. It felt like it came from the same factory, but it, you know, it's one of the, it's complicated. But their cake and taste and quality, and the cake, one of these cakes, taste and quality were like exactly the same. And because they were exactly the same, I sort of was like, I'm so sorry, guys. And nobody was particularly pissed off. Like, I kind of got a pass in the sense of making that mistake, because I took all the Chinese teas off the website. I was too excited. I'm going to stick to Taiwanese teas. Sorry, guys. And that was within the first 6 months of me starting the business. All right, that was within the first 6 months of me starting the business. And you can see here, if you look at these are actually, they say 2017. And so these were fresh teas back when I started up. And so this would have been the fall of 2017 or 18, around in that time period. Maybe 2018, probably 2018. And so what happened was, I listened to the guy, and he said it was 500-year-old tea trees. And I said, oh, he said it was 500-year-old tea trees. And I sold them for, you know, a fair price of what I bought them for. And then people were like, that's not 500-year-old tea trees. And then they bought them, and they're like, it tastes exactly like this, but it's the same price, so I won't get too angry. Like that. And so I was just like, ooh, I'm done. I'm done with Chinese teas. I dodged that bullet, and I'm done with Chinese teas. And so when I stopped selling them, these are all the teas that are still there. And I haven't even opened them up. I don't even know if they've still got tea cakes in them. Okay, this one does. So this one, oh, hey, first time I've opened it up in 5 years. Isn't that a beautiful looking tea cake? Right? Beautiful looking tea cake. If anybody wants these, oh, there we go. Here we go. Right? Beautiful looking tea cake. And I still have one of those 2017 cakes. It has aged nicely. Oh, that makes me so happy, Scott. Honestly, like it does. Because I just told that story, right? I just told that story, and like it obviously worries me. It worries me in the context of, did I rip people off? And I remember when it happened. I remember the whole process, and I remember going. The biggest thing was, I didn't rip anybody off, because I said at some point, I said a 500-year-old tea trees or something like that, and people were like, it's too cheap, that can't be. And then I was like, oh shit, but I'm really happy to hear that it's aging well. I would like one, please. Well, right on. I will put these up for sale. I mean, here we go. Here's a 2017 one. Let's see how it goes here. I'm going to stick it over here. Then here's another two. Oh, here's one that's been opened. So looks like, yeah, it's the exact same tea. And here, why don't we try it out? This one, it looks like I've chopped in half at some point in the distant past. And so that's what the tea cake looks like. I got to get better lighting, but whatever. I'm moving, so I'm not worried too much about it. I have a light overhead here, but it goes bzzz. I'm leaving, so I'm just like, so it's a little dark. I apologize for that. All right, let's try it out. Here we go. Let's try it out. Now, I hope that it actually tastes good. Because looks like I've got a few of them here. Because I feel bad about this though. I'm gonna stick it over here. I'm gonna drink it in a minute, because this show is like melt in your mouth goodness, right? It's melt in your mouth goodness. This show, I really like it. So Scott, definitely jump in there, and you can open that up. Get one of those show pucks. They're ready. Those show pucks are ready to go. Believe you me. Although, that being said, I'd really appreciate it if you would try it and tell me, because I trust your opinion way more than I trust my own. But what we're going to do right now is I am going to take some of this tea that I have not had for 5 years. It's been sitting in the warehouse on a shelf. And, this one. So I don't know if any of the old schoolers know this one. This one I got actually a lot of flack, because it tastes like barbecue. It tastes like barbecue. And apparently it was this one place that they like barbecue tasting teas. Let's see if I got an open one of those. I'll try that as well. But here we go. Now I remember, I think I've still got some of these descriptions on the website just as in draft. So maybe I'll go back into the website and I'll see if I can find some of these, the descriptions, so I can, because I don't remember the detail of this tea at all, like not at all. All right, here we go. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you here. I'm not, as they say in the financial world, I'm not just talking my book, right? I'm not just talking about the things that I own that I want to sell. That's not what I'm doing here. This actually tastes okay, or smells. I haven't tasted it yet. It actually tastes okay. I have one like that, super smoky. Yes, and this one, these ones here, I remember there's a lot of people that enjoyed it, but they were super smoky and a little bit A little bit sweet. It was almost like barbecue sauce, and I can smell it. I can smell sort of the barbecue sauce on it as well. Okay. Oh, this one's a 26. Ooh. Look at this. Look at us just going into these cakes and pulling out these surprises. One. I would like that barbecue one too, please. Let's see if I can find an open one. I don't want to be selling you teas that that might not be. Hey, all right, look at that. This is it's got all the markings of like aged teas. Isn't that fun? You can see like the. Anyways, so there's this one, and I don't actually know what this one's about, but this one smells really nice. But that's 2016. So that one, I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can find one that's open as well so I can write some stuff up on it. Okay, moment of truth for whether or not I have found a gold mine, whether or not I've won the lottery, or whether or not it's like Christmas, yes. Yeah. Well, let's see whether or not I've won the lottery or whether or not I will say, oh crap, I'm going to leave them for another 10 years and sell them as 40-year-old cakes or something like that. So here we go. Let's try it out. Absolutely worth it. Nothing special. But that was just the first steep. There's a nice little bit of like almost like a citrus note in there, like an orange peely type of thing. Obviously, first steep kind of light. Nice, thick mouthfeel, smooth. And the aftertaste is, again, it's kind of citrusy and orangey and nice. Okay. Oh, beautiful, sweet aftertaste coming in now. Really beautiful, sweet aftertaste coming in now. Thick mouthfeel, round. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. So here we go, 2017. And it looks like the same cake opened up. So I think that's the same cake, but it's been opened up. Okay. Okay, here we go. What's this one? Feels heavy. Whoa, 2015 on this one. Cross our fingers, we got another winner. This is I wonder if this will happen with all my with my oolong mistakes. So all the mistakes that I've made with oolong. I wonder if I'll be able to just stick them up on the wall, and hope for the best for all my oolong mistakes as well. Wow, that's pleasant. It's quite nice. Okay, 2015. Dun, 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 dun. It looks like it's made it through okay. This one doesn't have quite as much smell as the other ones. I'm hoping there's a 2015 that would be open so that I could try it out. Yeah, I don't even remember how much I paid for these. But I don't remember how much I even paid for these. 2015. Here's another one that's not open. Oh, this has got really nice aftertaste. Okay, last one. Last one has no markings on it. And Gu Mu someplace. I can't exactly remember where it is. Let's see, what year is it? What year? Should say what year it is. 2017. Wu Yue in May. Smells kind of nice. Okay, well, there we go. Overall, I would say I am pleasantly surprised by what's happening here. I am extremely, extremely pleasantly surprised with the show pucks because that's just kind of fun. You know what I might do? I might start putting them in packages for free. Or, I don't know, maybe next subscription box. I don't know if Scott's still there, but I think there's 7 or 8 of them in each one of these. Something like that. And this is okay. This is okay. So yeah, I can sell these. Well, I'd prefer to try all of them. But I think I can sell them in the sense of they're not bad. They don't taste bad. And I don't feel bad for selling them. But this is crappy tea. Well, mediocre. This is mediocre tea. So I will not be selling this. But these other ones, I'm okay with selling them. I'm okay with being like, hey, there you go. And who knows, maybe I should get back in touch with them and just be like, how much does a 2015 number 2 cost now? should I do that? What would be smarter would be to go, how did you age yours? This is how I aged mine. What do you think? Let's see the difference between them. If I really wanted to be hardcore about it. But that tells me that maybe I should be buying teas and aging them here, because all of these teas have aged out really, really, really well. They've aged out really, really, really well. Oh, wait, so there you go. Now, I've also got a bunch of stuff here, which is Hey Cha, which I will get into perhaps in another day. But what was the point of this live stream? This live stream was to go over some of these teas, to take a look at them and see whether or not I would want to, whether or not I was successful in aging them, number one. And number two, whether I would feel comfortable starting to sell sort of the Chinese Puer teas. And I think I do. I think I'm comfortable selling some of the Chinese Puer teas. I think I'm comfortable doing it. And not yet. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to talk to some of my my friends and see what I can do, what I can pull off in the sense of being taught about these teas. Because I need to sit down and sit down at the feet of some wonderful people and learn. But I think that's going to be my slight pivot. Next subscription, I'm sold. Well, next subscription is going to be what I'm doing next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday. Probably Wednesday morning. Monday, maybe not. I might not get there in time. But certainly Tuesday, all of Tuesday, and all of and Wednesday morning, most likely. Anyways, the point is the tea show. I'm going to go to the tea show. And that's Taiwanese teas. That's going to be in the next month's subscription. But, well, just to show you how much I got left here, I got this one here, right? Sorry, that's some tape. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 12. And then I got another one with 12 right here. And sending out a well-aged show puck in the next month's subscription box. Why not? I don't think anyone would mind. And let's open it up. Talk about Christmas. Let's see how many pucks are actually in here. I think it was 7. I think 7. But I'm pleasantly surprised, if not amazed, at how well that aged. Because, especially when you're first getting into this stuff, people say, yeah, oh, you just leave it for a year. They might be selling you the crappiest of the crap tea. You don't really know. And back when I got these teas, I had no idea. I was just like, let's do everything. I'm selling tea now. Look at me. Oh, and I got burned. Again, I told the story. It wasn't that bad. I didn't actually get burned that bad, and I didn't burn anybody else, which is the point. I think the real danger comes when people say it's a 500-year-old tree and then jack the prices up like 100 times. And I didn't jack the prices up at all. They were just like, how can that be a 500-year-old tree for that price? I was like, I don't know. Just sort of like that. All right, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So what do we got? 70, 80. What? 7 times 12, so 84. Yeah. It'll go in next month's subscription box. It'll go in next month's subscription box. One of these bad boys. You can see them right there. Because they are warm, earthy, leathery good. That's what's going in next month's subscription box. As well as, it's kind of like a found treasure. This is kind of like a found treasure. It's just sort of been sitting there for a long time. And it certainly is a fall tea. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that 100% is going to be the wintertime project for Mountain Stream Teas. Is going to be getting in not too much, right? Not too much, but just, sort of the right amount of Chinese Puer to sort of even out the catalog. Because I think, after the story that I told, I told you guys the story, absolutely 100%, I was justified in not going into the Chinese teas. I didn't deserve it. I did not deserve to be a Chinese tea seller, considering the mistakes that I made at the very start. But now I'm ready to do it. I know the tricks, I know the trade, I know how to do it, and we'll go into some Chinese teas. And I will find you, this is what I will say, I will find the best Taiwanese aged Puer teas. That's what I'm going to do. The best Taiwanese aged Puer teas. That is what I've decided that I will do. And that is a lot of fun. All right, I think that's it for now. Just to recap what's going on. These show pucks will be in next month's subscription box along with some amazing teas that I find at the tea fair next week. I'll be at the tea fair from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you are in Taiwan, let me know. I've already been talking to some of my tea farmer friends, and so I'm going to go see them for sure. They'll have their stands out and about, and so that'll be quite a lot of fun. And yeah, any questions about any of this stuff, let me know. If you want to buy one of these tea cakes, I'll probably start selling them. I don't know when I'll start selling them. Maybe in a couple weeks, but just remind me if I forget, because I guess I kind of have to find out how much I spent on them. So I got to go back and see what the original pricing was. But I remember they weren't crazy expensive, and I will not be jacking up the price. I will not be claiming that they are 10-year-old, 15-year-old, 100%, 500-year-old single aged. No, they'll be priced very respectfully. But yeah, I'll probably throw those up on the site. Why not? Just for fun. And people can enjoy my tea mistake that actually turned out to be something that wasn't too bad. My tea mistake that turned out to be something that wasn't actually too bad. But there you go. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this stuff or anything else, let me know. wherever in the world you happen to be. I hope you have an amazing morning, night, evening, weekend, or not weekends, morning, night, evening, early morning, or late night. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next live stream.